Remember the last time you were training at the gym, and if you did and you were shown to do a good squat, you remember they were telling you that the knees should not go over the toes. Now, what this means is that the knee is definitely pointing in the same direction that the toe is pointing, but I don't want to have the knee over the level of where my toes are. So that's the main idea. If I just do a knee bend, that's what happens. The knees go forward. If I do a real squat, much more than putting the knee forward, I put my butt backwards. So really focus on that. Focus on hinging, having your back straight, not bending forward, and the butt just moves backwards, just as if you would want to sit down in a chair. So the knees stay back as much as you can. You have all the weight in your heels, not in the front of the feet. That's why I sometimes lift my toes a little bit, just in order to show myself that I can still have the weight all the way in the heels. So you can go down as much as is relatively easy. I have a lot of flexibility, so I can go all the way down. For most people, that is not really possible, and it gets really hard to sustain the weight from the quads. You will notice that doing squats slowly is a lot of work for the whole leg. You're going to get a lot of work for your quads, but also for your hamstrings. You're also working the outer sides of the legs and of the hips, because this is what holds you stable. So everything that keeps you aligned and in balance is working. You can even make it into core work. When you're holding your belly in, focus on the knees, shift them backwards, butt goes back. That's the whole idea. It's if you were trying to sit down in a chair that's way behind you. Now, if this is hard for you, and it usually is, you only do it a little bit. Just focus on the part where you're trying to push the butt backwards while the knee is bending, but the knee is not bending because it goes forwards. The knee is bending because your butt goes back. So you don't have to go very deep. You can really just work on this little bit up here, and you're already building a lot of strength. Now, coming all the way up, do it in detail, really start pulling the butt in. It's like you want to shift the hips forwards a little bit. This way you really get a good glute exercise at the same time. So you can use slow squats really to train your whole body and not just the quads.